Good morning, 30-Day Kickstart Challengers. Welcome to day 3 of the 30-Day Kickstart Challenge. You've made it to day 3. I'm so proud of you for taking the action steps, for watching the videos, for implementing these positive strategies into your life for holistic health to improve the quality of your life, okay? So welcome to day 3 of the 30-Day Kickstart Challenge. Pain and pleasure, day 3. Everything we do in order to avoid pain or gain pleasure. Every decision we make, every choice we make, we decide, we choose in order to gain pleasure or to avoid pain in some area and for some reason in our lives. You want to lose that weight. You want to eat healthier. You want to improve that relationship. You want to save that money. You want to pay off that debt, right? You want to get your house organized, get your office organized, get your mind organized, declutter your life. So you try so hard. You grit your teeth. You try so hard in your own power to do that. You may go to the gym for 2 weeks. In those 2 weeks, you give it everything you got, right? You restrict your diet. You just try so hard in your own power, only to realize that a few weeks later, you were in the same position that you were when you started. Overweight, overwhelmed, frustrated, feeling like a failure. You see, we keep trying to change the behavior. We keep trying to change the effect, the result, instead of dealing with the root cause. This was an epiphany for me as a teacher. You know, we look at the kids. I'm a teacher, I teach middle school. So we're looking at the outward behavior of the kid. They're acting out. They're refusing to do their work. Well, why are they doing that? You know, kids are young, they're innocent. They're just mimicking the behavior of the adults in their lives. We keep trying to change their behavior and not deal with the root cause. We need to learn how to use pain and pleasure in our lives, this pool, instead of having pain and pleasure use us. Instead of being ruled by our feelings and emotions, we need to learn to understand the root cause and make better decisions in our lives to improve the quality of our lives, okay? So you overeat. Why do you overeat? Are you bored? The alcoholic, why do they drink? Are they trying to escape their problems? Are they trying to escape the responsibility for taking ownership of their life and putting forth that effort? You know, the drug addict, why do they take drugs? You know, they're trying to get that high that they don't know how to get any other way because maybe they weren't taught and all kinds of reasons. Why do you watch TV every day for hours a day on your couch? Hours a day. I'm not talking 20, 30 minutes, you know, but hours a day. Why does that person escape in a false reality, in a story, in a fiction movie for hours a day, wasting your time? Some that's entertainment, but I'm talking every day for hours a day. Why do we do that? You're trying to avoid the pain of dealing with something in your life on all of these things. The drug addict, the alcoholic, somebody who smokes cigarettes, somebody who complains a lot, somebody who's the victim, who thinks that all their problems are somebody else's. Well, that person is not taking ownership and responsibility of their life, okay? So what we need to do with this pain and pleasure, I'm going to describe it in a little more detail so you understand. The pain and pleasure is the pull that drives us, okay? So we need to link massive pain to the old behavior. We need to link massive pain to that. And we need to link tons of pleasure to the new behavior. Okay, so sleeping in, I'm going to link massive pain to that. I do not like to sleep in. I'm a morning person. I want to get up and start my day. When I sleep in, I feel horrible. I feel like I'm behind. I feel like I'm rushed. I literally feel like I've lost hours of my day when I could have been doing something productive, when I could have been helping out my family, creating that goal, working. Okay? So that's what I link pain to, sleeping in, okay? Maybe you can link pain to laying around on your behind and not getting up and moving your body. Remember, yesterday was change your physiology, right? Get up and move your body, use your body in a different way. So maybe you can link pain to the feeling, the grogginess that you feel, you know, the extra weight that you carry, and be like, oh, it has to be at an emotional intensity that's going to drive you to make a new decision. So pain and pleasure, okay? Massive pain to the old behavior when you think about it. Oh, that's so nasty. I can't believe that just makes me feel bad. Link massive pain. What is it going to cost you? Okay? And link tons of pleasure to the new behavior. Oh, I'm going to feel so great. Many a times, look guys, I have been working out for years. I've always been in sports. Some days I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. I feel I might feel tired. You know, I might feel tired from the day. You know, and sometimes I'm not in the right mental space to pump it at the gym, right? Or to go outside and take that walk or jog. But guess what? Recently, I've pushed myself anyway. And because I knew that the pleasure, the tons of pleasure that I would receive after I got that workout in was, you know, just feeling better. And I know when I go, like an example, I walked into the gym like, oh, I don't want to be here. But I knew in my core that I would feel better when I left. I left that gym. I had my shoulders, I was smiling. I was like, yes, I feel so much better, because you get that pump. You get that adrenaline in your body. Guess what? Movement creates energy. Motion creates energy, okay? So when you're moving your body, that's creating energy. When you're tired, I'm not talking about chronic exhaustion. I'm just talking about that daisy lag, that midday daisy lag and tired that you have. But when you push your body, when you go to the gym, when you take that walk around your neighborhood with your friend, when you go walk your dog, when you go jogging, you know, when you exercise and do those exercise videos in your home because we're quarantined, you know, you're going to feel so much better. So think of all the tons of pleasure that you will receive by making that decision. So we need to harness the power of learning to use pain and pleasure to our advantage instead of having pain and pleasure use us and just shake us up and ruin the quality of our lives. Okay? So the action steps I have for you today, there are several questions I want you to ask yourself. There's about 5 or 6 questions here that I want you to ask yourself. I want you to take your journal out, take your notebook, and write these down. I have them in the comments or in the caption up there, so you can really spend some time on this. Pray about it, meditate about it, really take some quiet time today to do these action steps, these questions. I want you to dig deep in your core. This strategy helped me tremendously, okay? So you can understand why you make the decisions you make. What is pulling you? You can understand that family member that is struggling instead of judging them. The alcoholic, you can possibly understand why they're making those decisions. The person on the street, okay? The homeless person, why are they in that position? You know, there's many reasons. A lot of it's mental illness and alcohol and things. Maybe they don't have family, but these questions are the answer. Tony Robbins says questions are the answer. Questions drive us to find the file in our own minds and get the answer. Because guess what? I totally believe this with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. You have the answers to your problems. You have the answers. It's not your mom. It's not your children. It's not your family. It's not your teacher. It's not your coach. It's not me. Okay? You have the answers. God moves in your life and gives you the answers if you would but listen. If you would but meditate, pray, take that quiet time to figure out the pain, of what you are avoiding pain in your life and what you're trying to gain pleasure with. So the questions, here we go. The first question is, what is one action that you can take today? What is one action that you can take that you've been putting off? So what is that one decision that you know you need to make that you've been putting off for days, for weeks, for months, for even years? What is that decision that you know you need to make that you've been putting off? Is it about your finances, about your health, your physical health, your mental health? Is it about the relationships in your lives? Is it about just that hobby that you know you want to do that you haven't done? Okay? Is it your interests, your own spiritual gifts that you have? What is that one decision that you've been putting off? I want you to write that, journal that out in your journal. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Number 2, why haven't I taken action? So the second question, write out, why haven't I taken action? Okay? What pain have I linked to making this decision? What pain have I linked to it? What's holding me back from making that decision? Question number 3, what pleasure will I gain? What pleasure did I gain in the past from not taking action? Question number 3, what pleasure did you gain in the past by not taking action? Number 4, what will it cost you now if you don't take action now? What will it cost you? Will it cost you your health? Will it cost you a healthy relationship? Will it cost you yourself, losing yourself, not living up to your potential, not being all that God has created you to be? What will it cost you? Okay? What will it cost you if you don't change now? Write it out. Write all that out. Okay? Write down all the pleasure that you will receive, that you will gain. And I want you to make that list massive. So the next question, 5. Write down all the pleasure that you will gain by taking action now. All the pleasure. Okay? All the happiness, all the joy, all the great positive things that will happen if you take action now. I want this list to drive you emotionally in your core. It has to be from the heart. So write it out. Take this time today and write this out. Okay? I hope this helped you. I want to share a quote by Tony Robbins that says, in order to create change that will last, we need to find a new way of gaining the same pleasure without the negative consequences. Okay? So in order to gain that same pleasure that you have had from those negative choices, you need to find a new way to gain the same positive result without those negative consequences. The positive, the pleasure, the same pleasure without the negative choices and consequences. Okay? So think about that today. Write those questions in your journal. I'm so excited that you're going to you're taking action today on just improving the quality of your life and figuring out what pain are you trying to avoid and what pleasure are you trying to gain. Okay, in the comments, you can just tell us briefly. If you want to write a paragraph like some of us have, you can. If you want to write a sentence, that's perfectly fine. But do the action step. Take action now. And day 3, pain and pleasure. Let's get going, guys.